Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk. Hey guys, so glad you all joined me this morning. We had a stream last night that I want to talk about real quick. It's been a little while since we've done a Coffee Talk, so let's talk about the stream last night for a second. So, in the stream last night, that Neo Geo behind me, I'm gonna get the camera on it. We'll see. You know how I have all those in 2020. I always had those problems with cameras. So let's see. I think we're gonna be good. We are. It's good. So last night I had prior done a recap of this Neo Geo, and this Neo Geo is still a work in progress. But when I did the recap, we had a problem where the screen was still like the brightness wasn't quite there. Some of the depth of color wasn't there, and it was just kind of dim even at full power. So what we did last night is we replaced the flyback. So the reason why we did that is because I had noticed a crack in it. And so I don't know if maybe the cause of the crack was something I did or not, but I figured, hey, let's replace it. I'm learning to desolder and I'm learning to be a better solderer. All right, Ralph, is that the monitor board you repaired last night? No, it's not. It's actually the board I replaced last night. I wouldn't do that. Plus, they're really expensive. If you're going to buy, it's much better to repair a board than it is to buy a new board. So yeah, those boards can be expensive, but there it is. It's right there. And we're going to fire it up in a little bit to see if it works. So one of the other things I want to mention real quick before we get started to the main portion of the show is that we did, Kim and I did that special coffee talk where we did the hot sauce challenge. So I just want to let you know there's a bunch of stuff upcoming for that. It seemed like everyone really enjoyed that. So if you did enjoy that, put a 1 in the chat because I feel like we did. We got people really interested in that. So just to kind of lay things out for you, Coffee Talk is a podcast on the Retro Ralph channel. So I do everything. I'll talk about games, and we haven't done a bunch of different things, but the idea is that we can branch off into other topics, even though the core of the channel is a gaming channel. So I've got a couple things for the hot sauce challenge. If you guys really enjoyed that, I got the one chip, like I told you, we've had that. So we had the one chip, which I think we're going to do the one chip last. I think that's going to be the last one. Thanks, King Kong. He said I won. I don't think I did, but there's the Death Nut Challenge. So we've got those. These look really brutal. So if you guys want, you can look it up. It says 5 progressively hotter peanuts fused with the world's hottest peppers. So it goes, the first one is Carolina Reaper. The second one is Carolina Reaper mixed with ghost pepper. The third one is Carolina Reaper and the 7 brain strain, whatever that is. The fourth is 2 times Carolina Reaper and something called and like a ghost pepper and scorpion. And the fifth one is 2x Carolina Reaper, scorpion, and it says 13 million Scoville capsian crystals. I don't know what that is, but that sounds crazy. So this is the last one. This is the next one we're gonna do, and then for fun at some point we're gonna do this one, which is the Hot Ones Truth or Dab. So this is from the Hot Ones. So that should be good. It's a game, but basically it asks you to answer a question. If you don't want to answer the question, you have to take a dab of this like super crazy hot sauce. So we should have fun with that. But Kim's excited. She wants to do it again. We might even do it this weekend. I'm not really sure because this weekend we have an arcade auction. So we have another arcade auction. Morning from Cranston, Ralph. Freaking cold. Justin, again, great time Saturday night. More music nights. Oh, that's cool. So props to Justin on music night. That's awesome. And Cranston is the town my mom grew up in. So I didn't grow up in Cranston. I grew up in Lincoln, Rhode Island. But yeah, my mom grew up in Cranston. Hopefully Classic Kim won't cheat again and take tiny bites. I don't know. Was she cheating? I don't think she was. I think she just kicked my ass is really what happened. All right. So yeah, so keep in mind the arcade auction. We probably won't do a show Friday if the arcade auction is Saturday. I haven't actually talked to Justin about that yet. So James says he can forgive me for growing up in Lincoln. Well, so yeah, so we'll do the arcade auction Saturday. I don't know what time yet. We'll have to look at the items that are up for auction. But last I looked, it was really good. Like this is a solid auction. So I'm pretty excited about that. And there's a couple things I have my mind on as well. So really, really cool. Oh, and by the way, yeah, Neo Severa I just found this out this morning, so right before the show, that the MVSX is hacked. So if someone doesn't mind, Neo Severa, if you don't mind shooting, if you shoot the link, I can kind of give people guidance to where to go. So I don't know where you go to get it at this point. Ralph, do you even have any more room? Yeah, I think the stuff I'd be looking for is stuff I might put in storage for future. So there's a couple things I want, but we'll see. Pitbull, you are out of room. You got to sell stuff off to make more room. I actually can't. Like in this room's at capacity. I actually don't. Yeah. So Neo Severa, if you could maybe get us the link to the hack somehow, you can shoot me if you have access to shoot me the email. You could MLP will have a video. Yeah, I'm sure he will. I would love to do the video first, but I know it won't happen. But yeah, if you can shoot me over the link somehow, it's retroralph1980@gmail.com. That'd be awesome because I really would like to get a chance to play with that. But I have a work day, so there's no way it's gonna happen. But maybe I can do like a live stream of it somehow. And I have a wireless mic, so I can get up and go over there. But I don't have it's not really secured very well. So anyways, so that's the bulk of what's going on. Oh, and let's not forget about the Killer Instinct. The Killer Instinct renovation, or whatever word I'm looking for that I can't figure out. Is it renovation? I can't think of the word I'm looking for. It's not renovation. What the hell? Dude, my brain is farting hard. Restoration. Wow. Yeah, so the Killer Instinct restoration, I just got the Joe Sabo. I just got the Joe Sabo marquee to replace the marquee that's on it. All the hap buttons and sticks came, so those are that blue color. So hopefully I got the right blue color, but I think I did. So I'm gonna do an uploaded video where I talk about the parts as I'm getting them, because I have a lot more to do. I have Bondo. I have, because I'm going to clean up some things. I have some of the artwork, but not all of the artwork yet. But my plan is to keep whatever original that I can. YouTube's used to Ralph running behind. I'm gonna keep as much of the cabinet original as I can. But there's certain things on the control panel where like the actual edges have been chipped off. So I'm gonna Bondo that. I've worked with Bondo before, but I'm definitely not an expert at Bondo. So I'm gonna try my best to get that figured out. So I'm pretty good, but I'm not amazing. Okay. Oh, Ralph, your soldering issues. Need to keep the iron there longer. So I got to admit, when I had Justin, so I had recapped the chassis before, which is this one. So I recapped it before that. And Justin was on the phone with me, and I did much better. I forgot about his thing about putting solder on the tip and keeping flux on the tip. I kind of like got excited for the stream, and I think it was like way worse than I was when I was by myself. So use tiger's tail, not Bondo, and body glaze. Oh, is that something new? I don't know. I've always used Bondo, but okay. I don't know what tiger's tail is. What's body glaze? That sounds like something you'd put on to go tanning at the beach or something. What are you talking about, Pitbull? Is that your tanning cream, or is that really what you want me to put on the cabinet? All right, so let's get to the bulk of I actually have to keep this show pretty tight this morning. So we got to stay to the bulk of the presentation, or show, I guess, not presentation. But we'll check we're going to check the Neo Geo in a little bit. I know you guys want me to do it now, but we'll check it in a little bit. And then I'll get some tiger's tail and some body glaze and rub it all over me to end the show. But yeah, what is the difference actually? So Pitbull in the chat was saying body glaze is better to use and tiger's tail than Bondo, and glaze is for smaller dings and holes. Okay. All right, Pitbull, we might need to talk offline. Ralph, I believe I just sent you the MVSX links. By the way, real quick in the chat, I know we're kind of all over the place this morning, but how many of you have an MVSX? So let me know if you have an MVSX, because I think if you don't, you may not care, but I care for sure, because the high-low hack is going to make that such a cool system. Not that it's not a cool system, but it's going to take it over the top. So Zen says he sent me the link, but I don't know if he sent it to me in Messenger or if he sent it to me somewhere else. Michael B sent me something too. Oh, high-low hack. Who did the video? Is that already like... Oh, man, you can't win. Oh, it's Neo Severa that did it. Sweet. Does he have a link to it? Join here. Oh, I don't know if I'm part of this high-low team thing. View and Telegram. What the hell's Telegram? Telegram. Isn't Telegram the thing that Marty McFly, that how he sent Doc the letter in like Back to the Future 3 or something? I don't know. It says view in Telegram and I can't see anything. All right, I might have to figure that. Is that the only way I can get to it? Oh, email. All right, he sent it to me an email. Okay, hold on, guys. We're gonna check that really quick. Let's check email. Okay, Hilo Team Hack. Oh yeah, baby. Why is my internet so damn slow? Oh, it's right there. I see it right before my eyes. Does it let me download it? I can click on it, but it's not doing anything. Oh, man. Am I literally like, do I got to join this Telegram thing? Western Union. It was Western Union. All right, so can you Western Union me the Hilo hack? Just hook me up in Western Union. We'll do it that way, all right? I figure that's cool. We'll just do it like that. All right, I'll do this after the show. I don't know why I'm sidetracked because I'm all excited about the Hilo hack. All right, so the main part of the show, outside of just the arcade camera thing, which is right there. Oh, what is that? Someone once told me you can't. Oh, we don't want to watch that. But that's So, oh wait, one more thing. So guys, I know you think that I'm like super hater on at games, but I found a product that I was really excited about. You got to send money to the Prince of Nigeria first. Hey man, where's my Hilo hack? All right, search YouTube. The video is called MVS Exit. Yeah, I saw it. All right, what the heck? Yeah, so I know that you guys think I don't like at games, but I found a product that I'm actually really excited about that at games put out. It's the Legends Connect. So Legends Connect is like a Pandora's box. So it's basically a single board PCB, and that single board PCB allows you to basically build your own Legends Ultimate from anything you want, right? So it's basically like the brains of it. You hook up a Pandora's box style wire harness to it, and you wire your buttons up, and you're good to go. So I don't know if you guys remember the Vuelix vertical that I got from Game Room Solutions, but I basically put the Legends Connect inside that system. Now I was excited because it says on the website that you can play pinball, so I was super stoked about that. That's the reason why I really wanted it, is I wanted to build a vertical pinball that would mimic the games that the At Games pinball has on it. So I can, number one, see how they implemented the software, see how it works. I haven't had a chance to do that because I don't have a pinball machine. So this was like my second best way to do that. So I was excited. But here's where I ran into issues. I was really excited. I'm actually going to do a video on this. The wiring guide was a bit incorrect, but I'm going to actually make a video so I tell people how to wire the control panel up. But I got it all working. And the bummer part is I go to ArcadeNet. So the Gottlieb titles that are on the pinball machine, you can get on other At Games devices if you have an ArcadeNet subscription, which I have. By the way, I pay At Games for a ArcadeNet subscription. So see, I'm like supporting the company that supposedly I completely despise, right? So anyway, so I get to the point where I'm going to ArcadeNet. I registered the device, everything's all good, and I can't see the pinball tables like I can on the Core and on the Mini and on my At Games Legends Pro. So I'm kind of like pissed. I'm like, what the hell? Like, why is not pissed, but I'm like, why isn't it here? So I do some searching around. I do some posting, and no one knows. Like, no one basically knows. So I'm like, all right, well, what's going on? Now, the Legends Connect's brand new, but there's been many videos on it. The Garage Gamers says At Games going to ban me after seeing this video. No, the reason why I liked it is because it was a product they had that I could like get my hands dirty, learn some things, wire it up. I love that kind of stuff. Like you guys, if you, and I'm getting into the main point of the show too here in a minute, but if you guys look back at my channel, the history of it, I love to tinker. That's like one of the main reasons I had the channel. It was to show people how to do certain things, and especially things with arcades. So I was excited to see that this was something I could kind of get my hands dirty with. So anyways, I get to ArcadeNet and I go to play the pinball machines, the pinball games, the Gottlieb titles, and they're not there. So I'm like, that's weird. So I open up a ticket. I haven't heard back from them yet, and that's been like, this will be day 3. So I haven't heard anything back from At Games. But I post something in one of the only, there's one at games group that still allows me to be in it. There's one. So it's one group that still allows me. So thank you to that group who hasn't banned me. Everywhere else, I'm basically banned from at game stuff, which is kind of a bummer because I really do think that, you know, yes, some of my stuff is shtick and I like to make fun of them, but at the core of it, I do want, you know, to tell them things that they're doing wrong in hopes, just like we do with Arcade 1-Up, in hopes that they'll improve, right? So anyways, thank you, Lewis. He says I'll always be welcome in his groups. So I know I've caused some crap and done things. I mean, stuff like this definitely doesn't help, right? Someone once told me, you can't do a review of a product until you get to know it.
Oh, she's not waterproof. That's for sure. Oh well. You can play pinball still.
So yeah, maybe that's why they don't like me. I don't know, but here's the thing. Twisted Chris, who you guys know on YouTube, he smashed an Arcade 1-Up, and they're actually going to send him a Killer Instinct. So I mean, see, Arcade 1-Up doesn't care if people talk smack on him. So like, I almost think it'd be really cool. And I'm not trying to get back into the groove with them there, but what if, because they see I'm interested in the Legends Connect, wouldn't it make sense for them to actually help me with the Legends Connect? Because then I'm going to say more bad stuff if they don't help me, right? So it's kind of lame. But anyways, so long story short, the pinball is not accessible on the Legends Connect because they have this universal firmware. So basically, if you guys are familiar with that games, they have one piece of software or one piece of firmware that sort of rides across all their devices. So it's kind of like, that's actually really cool, right? So it's like they do one firmware update and they do one firmware update and it sort of it enables the software across all the devices, which is really cool. But they haven't added the Legends Connect into the universal firmware yet. So basically, I'm like a step behind. It's on its own firmware. So that's why it doesn't have access to the pinball machines. Now, they said this bill from At Games said it will be sometime in the future. So I don't know when. The bummer is that on the website, it says, you know, you can use the board for your pinball project. But right now, you actually can't use the board for your pinball project. So again, not talking crap. It's just how it is. But I discovered that myself. And then I went out to Shane at DIY Retro Arcade, which is where I bought the board from. He's a good guy. I'm buddies with him. And I said, hey, are you aware of this? Well, At Games told me that the reseller is responsible for support of the board. And I'm like, that's really weird. So you're telling me that a board that is an At Games product, the reseller is supposed to help me, but this is an ArcadeNet issue, you know, and the firmware issue. So what's Shane gonna do? He doesn't control the firmware or anything like that. So anyways, there's this weird thing right now where basically the board is so new that they're not really supporting it yet. They're letting the reseller support it, which I think is kind of a mistake because this could be a really cool product. I like the Legends Connect. I genuinely think it's cool. The main reason is, if you guys remember, and I'm going to get to the story. If you guys remember, or get to the bulk of the show, if you guys remember, I love those vertical images. Well, you can run this in vertical mode and play horizontal games. So it's really hard to find an arcade that will let you mix horizontal and vertical games on a vertical screen. Typically, it doesn't know what to do, so you end up with, you can't play the horizontal games, but you can. So even add-on games, you can play horizontally. So this system will allow you to have a multicade which can mix horizontal and vertical. That's actually cool. Like, that's really cool. So I'm telling you right now that I think something's cool that they've done. See? So just document this in your brain. It is actually really cool. So we'll see what happens. I hope they support it really quickly with the universal firmware, because that is a bummer, because it would be really cool to do horizontal. So imagine being able to do shmups, side-scrolling beat-em-ups or horizontal games, and pinball. That's actually really cool. Like, I have to give them props. Okay, if Mad Pixel can be forgiven, why not Retro Ralph too? I know he was way worse than me. Way worse. Now I don't want to be buddies. Like I don't want to be like best buds with anyone over there, but if I could get just some help, that'd be cool. So if someone wants to give me the special, inner circle firmware so I can run it, that'd be cool. But I don't want to be I don't want to be buds. Like I still want to keep them at an arm's length, but it'd be cool if I could get some love so I can get the thing running. Because imagine in the video, if in the video I can show that I can run the pinball, I think it would appeal to more people, and I can let them know, hey, the firmware is not out yet, but I really do think I can get a lot of people to enjoy this board. But hey, we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. All right. So I don't know if I'm banned. It's just they won't allow me to join. So I don't know if banned is probably a strong word, but yeah, I don't have access to most of the information. So anyways, but I admittedly, I stepped away from the NDA program because I just didn't want to do it. Pitbull says, ask Nostalgia. He works with them with coding. Yeah, I'll have to shoot him I'll shoot him a message on Messenger or something, see if he knows something. Garage Gamer said, MLP sold out. At Games don't want any negativity. ALU good. At Games Pinball good. Gamer Pro is horrible. And Core maybe. I don't know. The consoles from past terrible. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Let's get to the bulk of the show. So, guys, there's this thing that, Ralph, our pinball's getting a price increase. Best Buy has them for $50 more than before. Wait, are you saying they have them for $600 and not $550? Hey, confirm that really quick, because that's not what I knew. That's definitely not what was supposed to be in the plan. Really? They're really 600? Ouch! No, that's not good. Why would they be 600? Are you guys serious? Really? It's really $599? Oh no. I don't like that at all. Change your name to Scott Baccarat and try to join the At Games group. I'll use his picture and everything. Oh my gosh, no. I know the retailer. So to a point, someone that messaged in there, I can't say that name. It's Farah Ilferno. It is true that the retailer can price it however they want, but oh wait, yeah, can you get a price match from Best Buy? That sucks though. I mean, you're right, they can charge for whatever they want, but that actually hurts Arcade 1-Up if it's $600, I think. I mean, people will still buy it for $600, but I just think that I think that price is too high to be honest there. All right. So let's get to the bulk of what's going on. Oh, Lewis just sent me a photo of it. By the way, props to Lewis. He's in there as a moderator. Definitely appreciate that. He's awesome. Good guy. He runs the Arcade 1-Up group and a couple other groups. So yeah, he just sent me in Messenger that. So let me just look at that really quick, and then we'll get going here. Let's see. Where are you, Lewis? Man, my stomach is churning and burning this morning like bad. I have to end a little early because number one, oh man, it does say $600. Where the hell is the Attack from Mars pinball? So guys, I swear I'm never gonna get to the bulk of this show. But when are we gonna get the insert swear word Attack from Mars? Like seriously, come on, man. That's the one I really want. If I'm going to buy one, that's the one I want. Jesus, where is it? Seriously. I mean, it's kind of stupid now. I'm almost getting pissed off. Like, I'm almost actually angry. Like, I'm joining you guys where I'm like burning steaks emoji and all that stuff, or meme. Like, I know, like Michael B says Attack from Mars will go up when it's available. And that's what John D said. But where the hell is it? Is it on the slowest boat from China possible? Did they find a boat with like one turbine engine and they're like, yeah, this thing's going at, I don't know, 50 knots? I don't know, is that fast? I have no idea. What the heck? The other thing too, all right, okay. Someone's mentioning the review of Attack from Mars. Now, I don't know that YouTuber, and I'm sure he's a great guy, but he definitely doesn't know what people would want out of that review, and this is actually a good thing. Okay, so this is the topic of the show today. It was commercials or reviews. Now, if you go back in time and look at, I gotta level set a little bit. When I started the channel was I love arcades, like original arcades. Love them. Been in the hobby for a really long time, 20 plus years, you know, with MAME, buying original cabinets. I started with a Galaga cocktail cabinet. That was the first cabinet I ever had. Then I was like, oh, I want more games, and I learned to MAME and all that stuff. So I've been into that for a long time. Now, when Arcade 1-Up came out, it seemed to me like a good excuse to start a YouTube channel, because I was like, I'm gonna combine these worlds together. I'm gonna show people that you could use these cabinets to run original hardware. That was the original intent of the channel, was let's get people excited about original arcade hardware, but in these systems that they can afford. So instead of going out and having to buy a $500 old school heavy cabinet, you know, that could be in bad condition and might have to rehab it and stuff like that, they would buy an Arcade 1-Up, and I'm going to show you how to learn arcade hardware. And some of my first videos was like arcade hardware for beginners and stuff like that. So that was really the intention of the channel. And then, of course, a lot of those videos where I was showing off original arcade hardware, they didn't do that well because I didn't have anything to stick it to that was like sticky, right? Like, that doesn't make sense, but you know what I'm saying? I didn't have something to attach it to gain interest, because there's tons of other channels that were doing original arcade stuff, and I didn't have an audience yet. I had no audience. So I'm like, how do I do this? So the thought was, if I marry Arcade 1-Up with original hardware, people might be interested in that. And sure enough, I started doing these mods, and people were interested in it, and the channel grew. Like, it was growing fast. Like, it was highly motivating me, because I was like, man, people are really interested in this, and I'm interested in showing people original arcade hardware. So it was really, really cool. But I knew at the time I couldn't have a channel just based on original arcade hardware, because people wouldn't watch that. I just wasn't, no one knew who I was. So where I'm going with this is that I tried to figure out like how I could grow the channel that way. Now, I never liked doing reviews. I hated them. Guys, if you go back and watch some of my original reviews, I was like standing in front of the cabinet, because I never wanted to follow a formula. Okay. So this is important. I never wanted to follow a formula. Now, some people, their channels is based on that. Like, they have a formula. It's like, let's do the standard YouTube thing, which is fine. There is a formula for reviews. There's definitely like a YouTube formula for reviews, and I don't have any problem with that. But there's this new category that's evolving, and I've even done this new category, which kind of pisses me off, because I feel like sometimes you do YouTube. It's going on 2.5 years. You do YouTube for so long, you start like morphing a little bit, like you're placating to the algorithm or what you think everyone else wants. And that kind of makes me upset, because I feel like I spent so much time trying to make myself an individual, you know, saying, hey, look, you're going to see Ralph. That's who you're going to see on camera. That's who I am off camera. I'm goofy. I'm silly. I'm stupid. Like, that's, well, stupid, whatever, you know, like, I can laugh at myself, right? I have humility. Like, all that stuff is really important. And especially it was important because I knew that would differentiate me from other people on the platform and would drive people to watch, right? So, but there's like this new category of reviews popping up where it's like, it's almost like a commercial instead of a review. And I feel like I've even stepped into that a little bit, where it's like, you know, I'll do the sexy shots and everything. And it like draws you in. But if it's less of a review and more of a commercial, then you step away from that video being like, I want to buy that. And I guess if I really wanted to, I could almost film anything like that, sexy shots and all this stuff. Not sexy, you know what I mean? Like, do the sexy shots. I never really say anything about if it's bad, really. I just sort of like, I weave in a couple little nuggets of things that are critical, but like so minor that it wouldn't impact your perception of the product either way. And I feel like that gets into like a part where, like, you're almost deceptive in a way, not deceptive intentionally, but you're not telling the whole story. You're painting more of a commercial picture of it, like as if you're working for the company and like your video is just to promote the product, not necessarily to say whether you liked it or not. And in my original reviews, I was very raw. It was just, here's the MK2, you know, here's the Mortal Kombat 2 cabinet. It's got this, it's got that. I don't like the sticks and buttons, and they're not so great. So it was like raw instead of so produced. So while I don't want to step away from, you know, making it really nice looking, I think I have to create a better balance between the review and making sure it's not a commercial. Because I think a lot of what I'm seeing out there, and this isn't just in the home arcade world, it's like, all of YouTube. It's like these, the mainstream, it ends up being like it just ends up being like more of a commercial. So maybe I'm going to actually try really hard to make my videos less of a commercial. I'll still want to have the sexy shots and all that stuff, but I need to make it less of a commercial and more of a review, like not editing out the butt crack. Yeah. Oh yeah. See, exactly. So Paul knows. I used to do one of my old videos. I think it was my TMNT mod. I like have my butt crack out, and I'm like, it is what it is. It's staying. It's staying in there. Yeah, it's staying in there. That's it. So, anyways, I'm just pointing out that I feel like there's lots of commercials versus real reviews. Like, someone that I feel like this isn't calling him out. I'm actually saying this as a good thing. Like Michael B, the Game Genie, he does reviews that very much follow the YouTube formula, but he's speaking his personal opinion of the product. It's definitely not a commercial. It's like, it seems to me like I don't know Michael B super well. He's probably in the chat right now, but his videos show that he has a gaming background, right? Because of the way you can tell just by watching his videos. So like it adds this instant credibility to when Michael B is doing a video. And I feel like my old ones, I used to be a little bit more raw in what I was saying, and I've kind of moved into more of like a commercialized review. So I'm going to try to back off on that a bit and maybe become more raw again. Now that being raw and less edited actually isn't what YouTube wants you to do, and probably not what a lot of the people watching outside do, but I'm going to try to do that. But anyways, I agree. I do get turned off by YouTube being too polished sometimes, more info, less hype. Yeah, so that's the idea. So I want to try to, yeah, you're welcome, Michael B. I really appreciate I actually went back and watched your Sega CD. So Michael B did a video on, I don't know if you guys love Sega CD, but I that's why I'm so excited about the Polymega. And Michael B and I were going back and forth on Twitter because he posted something about Sewer Shark. And man, like Sewer Shark, it's weird. Those FMV videos were like so bad they were good. And when he posted that, it like instantly gave me this nostalgia. And so I've been collecting and trying to collect all my old Sega CD games because I'm excited about the Polymega. And yes, I could go play it on a Pi and all that nonsense, but I don't want to play it on a Pi. I want to play it on a real console. So I'm really excited about the Polymega coming out because it supports the Sega CD, and Sewer Shark was one of those games where I just like loved it. Like I don't know, I loved it. Oh my gosh, guys! Does anybody have a Polymega pre-ordered from Walmart? Because if you do, cancel it. I posted a Twitter message about it. Cancel it and go buy it directly from Polymega. There was some falling out between Polymega and Walmart. They can't get them they can't get the buyer to contact them. So you'll actually get it faster if you go directly through Walmart or directly through Polymega's website versus Walmart. So make sure you do that if you're into the Polymega. I didn't know that, and so I was sitting there, and now I'm probably going to get it. Now I'm probably going to get it actually later on because I didn't know that. So just make sure you do that. Go look at my Twitter message if anybody. And they give you in my Twitter message, they give you a promo code to get the discount. So you get the price for the same price as Walmart was selling it for. I know, Mike. Mike's like, I had my Walmart pre-order since last year. It's like, dudes, I've been waiting for the freaking Polymega, it seems like forever. Justin kind of convinced me that I should get a Polymega, and then I canceled it because I was like having buyer's remorse because of the price is so high. And then I ordered it again. It's just, I really want it. So someone says Polymega and Raspberry Pi, not a huge difference. Yeah, but the one thing about the Polymega that I love is I can take all my original disc selections and load them up there. They have a light gun that's using Sinden technology that's going to be plug and play with the console. So all my Sega Saturn shooting games, I can just plug it in and use. Like the live streams that we're going to be able to do with this is going to be freaking awesome. So I actually think the Polymega is definitely more up my alley because every time I'm going to do something, a live stream on a Pi, I'm always tinkering with stuff and whatever. I'm done. Like I need time. Like Justin and I talk about this. When you do YouTube, one of the toughest things is every time you're ready to film something, like, is all your stuff set up? Because you can be in the mental state to film, but you're like, oh crap, my capture card's not working, or my console's not hooked up, or where's my OSSC? And you're like fiddling with all this stuff. So I want to be able to take my retro games, plug them into the Polymega, boom, I'm ready to go. And that I would pay for. And the other cool thing is they have that store. They have that store where you can go on there. It'll make recommendations based on the games you play. So it'll try to, with machine learning algorithms and stuff like that, say, hey, Ralph likes side-scrolling beat 'em ups. Let's show him another side-scrolling beat 'em up he's never played or he doesn't have on the console. Like, that's kind of cool. So I'm into the Polymega big time, man. I know a lot of people have dissed on it because it started FPGA and then it went sort of more software emulation, but I don't care. I love it. I want it. I need it. The coffee's kicking in. All right, guys, we don't have that much time left. So what do you say? Do you think we're ready do you think it's time to check this guy out and see if it works? Is it time? I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it time or not? See, this was more of a gaming related live stream this morning. Justin says, I can't wait for your Polymega sexy shot. The Saturn revelation completely swayed me. I know, right? Like, but if you look back at the old, it sounds like a commercial for Polymega. Hey guys, here it is, the Polymega. The Polymega supports a bunch of retro gaming systems right out of the box. TurboGrafx 16, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, Nintendo, and guess what? The latest edition, the Sega Saturn, and supposedly coming soon, the Dreamcast. See? Now you want to buy it, right? All right, did I check it first? Maybe. Maybe. Come on, man. You're ruining it. Movie commercial voice. Here it is, guys. The Arcade 1-Up Star Wars Pinball. This thing has chrome for days, and look at the artwork. They did an amazing job with these high-definition images. I just love it. In the center front of the console, you have a faux coin door with power buttons, a slider volume control, and oh my gosh, a real plunger. They nailed it out of the park with this plunger. I can't believe it. It's real metal. It's very responsive. We'll show that later on in the video. Now, the back glass is not an active back glass. The back glass is actually a static image, but oh my gosh, does the image look great. There you go. Give me a product and I'll do that same thing with it. Give me something. Want to do Attack from Mars? I'll do it really quick. Or we could do, let's see. What product do you want me to do? We'll do something right now. I'll make the sell me on at games. All right, ready? Here it is, guys. The At Games Legends Ultimate. This is the ultimate multicade. Never again do you have to mess with MAME, a Raspberry Pi, or any of that nonsense. This literally is an out-of-the-box solution for all your retro gaming needs. Let me show you. So check this out. There's this tool on this device called Add-on X. Add-on X allows you to bring your own ROM. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine a device that just simply lets me load a ROM onto a USB stick, and then the system finds out which emulator to use automatically? This is awesome. Throw away your PC, throw away your main PC, throw away your Pi. You don't even need it anymore. At Games just nailed it out of the park. There you go. Sell us on BTTF pinball that you suck at. Oh. So Garage Gamer beat my high score on Back to the Future. Now, my high score was like 30 million, which actually I thought was pretty good. And he got like 300 million or something. And I tried like for 2 hours on Saturday. I told Kim, I was like, hey, I got to do something real quick. I was like, just really quick. Arcade 1-Up versus At Games. All right, I'll do an Arcade 1-Up versus At Games, but make Arcade 1-Up seem better than At Games. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, guys, so check this out. So that multicade I was telling you about, we can add ROMs. This other product just came out just now. It's called Arcade 1-Up. Now, Arcade 1-Up is trying to make an authentic arcade with real artwork that you remember. So they're pulling on those nostalgic heartstrings hard. So imagine, sure, I could go to the At Games Legends Ultimate and play the game Narc, But Arcade 1UP just came out with a full-size NARC cabinet. It only has one game on it, but man, it has a lit marquee that has the original artwork. It's got the original control scheme and layout. The whole entire thing is skinned. It has this fake coin door. It looks so authentic and so real. When I look at these two products, I'm like, one, yes, it looks like this multi-cade and can play all these games, but man, this thing looks so arcade authentic and accurate. I gotta recommend the Arcade 1UP. I can't say it. Whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about. Want me to do the opposite? I'll do it where I'm actually telling you that the Buck Hunter sucks. All right, we'll do it where the Buck Hunter sucks. Okay, real quick. Oh my gosh, if I didn't leak. Justin's messing with you guys. I didn't leak NARC. Okay, ready? All right, Arcade 1UP just came out with, guess what? For all you guys that hung out in bars when you were younger and you played games like Golden Tee, what was the game that was right next to Golden Tee? That's right, Big Buck Hunter. Wasn't it such a fun social game to play with friends? But what if I told you you could have that Big Buck Hunter experience at home? All right, check this out. Arcade 1UP paired with Raw Thrills to create an at-home version of Buck Hunter. Now, do you know how much these Buck Hunter cabinets cost? These things can be thousands of dollars. Yeah, they're full size, they're cumbersome, they're big. No longer. You have a 3/4 scale of the real Buck Hunter in your house. Invite your friends over, have some beers, create that social atmosphere at home, especially right now within these COVID times. But there's a problem. See, this is where I'm going negative on the review. It only has a 17-inch screen. What am I supposed to do? Kill deer with binoculars on? What am I supposed to do? This screen isn't big enough. We need a larger screen. Who actually would create a Buck Hunter with a 17-inch screen? I got to step away from that screen with a light gun. Now, granted, they use the Sinden light gun technology, which is great, but I'm not looking to play this on some Mickey Mouse screen. I'm used to playing it on a big screen in the arcade. This is where arcade just totally screwed the pooch. I would definitely not recommend this product. There's no way, unless you can upgrade the monitor, you really should steer clear of the Big Buck Hunter. Nah, whatever. Oh, wait, did I say bring your friends over during COVID? Oops. Yeah, well, see, that's where you have to edit that stuff. All right, guys, I just got my Arcade 1UP and I'm ready to play Buck Hunter. Now, can I hold my binoculars and pump my shotgun at the same time? All right. So yeah, so there's a board. I gotta really wrap up soon. So that board that everyone, this makes me so mad, and I'm gonna seem sour on this and bitter, and I am actually. I bought that Geek Worm board almost 2 years ago. The problem is that it's a 960. I think it supports 960p and up. I think. I can't remember what the resolution is, but I actually was gonna do a video on that. So if you look, I have this old video that has a cat for the thumbnail, and the cat's like, because I found a monitor that you could hook up to the Wave 1 Arcade 1UPs and make it 19-inch. The Geek Worm thing, I don't even think it was Geek Worm I ordered it from. It was like AliExpress, and I ordered one of those devices, and mine didn't work. Like, it basically didn't work, but at the time, I think it didn't work because it didn't recognize the resolution of the Wave 1 PCBs. And then I kind of forgot about the whole project. So I could have been like 2 years early to this whole thing. It just makes it does make me, I am a bit competitive, and it does make me sour that I wasn't able to showcase that for the community. But oh well. But Justin just did a video on it, so there you go. But I'm a little sour that I wasn't able to get that working a long time ago, so it bugs me. But anyways, just because I was sitting on it, I had the thing forever, and I didn't I didn't get to do it. So anyways, it is what it is. All right, let's see if this thing works. So I'm gonna kick it over to the. So first of all, I have this on a switch. So I'm gonna switch over to my Alexa because I don't have an Alexa in this room, and I'm gonna find the device for the Neo Geo. Okay, so I have it right here. So I'm gonna press it on. We're gonna go to the camera. All right, it's the moment of truth. I'm gonna hit the button in 3, 2. Oh wait, real quick. Sorry. Before the reason why I even did the replace the flyback is because the screen was way dim. Like, it was dim and the colors weren't that vibrant. But yeah, but there's other causes for I'm just gonna do it. You guys know what I mean. All right, here it is. 3, 2, 1. Oh no, it says server is unresponsive. What? Wait, what the hell? Oh, there it is. Okay. Come on. Come on. Work, baby. Work, baby. I'm going to go to the wireless mic, so it's going to sound like crap for a second because I need to go over there and see. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see if I can do this. All right, can you guys still hear me on the wireless mic? Check, check. 1, 2, 2, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. All right, hopefully you guys can still hear me. It's just going to sound like crap. But let's, I'm going to sound totally terrible right now. Can you guys hear me, or is it, like, really crappy? Let me know. You guys hear me, but is it crap? I feel like it has a lot of static. All right, anyways, let's get a game on just to make sure things are good. I'm going to choose something with some colors in it. So we'll do Sengoku. Oh, crap. All right, I'm back on the main mic. That thing sucks. Okay, that MVSX looks great. Okay, so I just kicked up Sengoku 3. Dude, like, seriously, you guys didn't see the before and the after, but this is so much better than it was before. So, like, everything wasn't bright. It was dim. Even after the recap, it was a bit brighter, but it wasn't bright enough. So when I actually went back to replace the flyback, it now looks great. I might need to fine tune the colors a little bit, but it looks really, really good now. I mean, the colors. I think there's actually one problem with the monitor that I can't fix yet. So there's this idea that the guns in the gun in the CRT, they can go a little bit bad over time, and the vibrancy of the colors will actually go away. So this looks really good, but I think it could look a hair better. I'm gonna test the tube. So there's these things called CRT rejuvenators. Now they're not a good thing to use unless it's on your last legs. So I might keep this for now, and then if it starts to dim again, or the colors become less vibrant, then it's probably going to be a problem with the tube needing to be rejuvenated. Now you typically don't want to rejuvenate the tube. That's like your last resort. You only do tube rejuvenation because it actually takes life away from the monitor, believe it or not. So anyways, I'm actually, I know that we were having fun last night, and I don't mind people laughing at me. I know that I'm not that great at soldering yet. I'm still learning. But you know what's really cool? Like, I am actually really proud of this. Like, this is a huge step for me. I've been into the hobby for a long time, but never would I have ever messed with a CRT like this. Like, to do that's like, it's really cool. Like, I know it's like the person, I get this message a lot. People go, I modded my first arcade 1-up, and they get super excited. Like, they really do. And I get excited for them because it's a cool experience to know you took something and you made it something else. Like, it's pretty neat. So I am actually, like, really excited about this. That the thing that I love about the hobby, and Justin and I talk about this sometimes the fixing and the tinkering is more exciting than the playing the games itself sometimes, because to fix something like this means I've given it new life. Like, this arcade could just end up in the trash, or someone could buy it and go, the screen's broken, and throw it away. And that this is one less arcade out there in the wild. I don't want to get all sentimental and weird, but this is like, the fact that these things, they're not making them anymore, right? Like, sure, there's arcade 1-ups, but their original arcades they're not dead, but they're not making new ones anymore. So it's really cool. I like that this new journey that the channel is going on. The new journey that the channel is going on is completely in the way of, I feel like I want to graduate the audience into full-size arcades, but I want them to come with me, and I'm going to be learning along the way too. And hopefully what that means is it encourages you to do the same thing, to not be scared of stuff like this, because I would have been terrified to touch a CRT. You guys know that episode where I was with Justin and we had to call Bob from Retro RGB because I was that actually, like, that whole thing was very real. I was scared out of my mind about the CRT, and now I go right up to it and I hear the crack noise as I discharge it, and I'm fine. I was scared before, but I'm fine. So, like, everything is like progression, right? And I just hope that you guys, some of you, that are interested in this aspect of the hobby might consider going this way, and maybe I can help in a small way. Just like I think I might have helped some people get into the hobby with Arcade 1-Up. Maybe some want to graduate. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Arcade 1-Up, but what I say is there's definitely people, I think if you like Arcade 1-Up, you're like, I've always kind of wanted a full size, and you're curious, but you thought it was out of reach, and you can get a full size arcade for $500. You can get a full size arcade for $50 sometimes. It just depends. You got to look for deals, but they're in various different states. And so sometimes you have to learn how to fix things. And I don't know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to be able to bring something back to life. So keep in mind, so the marquee, take a look real quick at those marquee cards. Those are not the real marquee cards. Those are actually printouts that I just printed out basically on my printer. But I'm going to, in an upcoming episode, show, number one, how those marquee cards stay in there, and where you can order replacements. So I actually got some real replacement marquee cards that go in that top marquee that will be more authentic to the original. So anyways, I do have to thank Justin. Justin did kind of get me over the hump with a desoldering iron and stuff like that. He definitely taught me how to do that. And as soon as he did, like literally it was like a 10-minute conversation with Justin. And as soon as he did, I was like, oh, I feel comfortable doing this now. And he sat on the phone with me and we replaced like 3 or 4 of the capacitors. And I'm like, I think I can do this. And we got off the phone and I finished the recap. However, it didn't fix everything. And that's why we did the flyback. And now it's working great. So we'll keep it like that for now. But I feel real good that it's back to being bright and tight. So I like it. This was a captain's auction. That's another thing. This was a captain's auctions pickup for $250. So for $250, I got a Neo Geo. I invested $11 in a cap kit and $30 in a flyback, and it's up and running. So imagine that. You're less than $300 for a Neo Geo when there are people that spent $500 on the Neo Geo MVSX. So you know what I mean? The hobby doesn't need to be it's not like people go, oh, it's thousands and thousands of dollars, and they are heavy. You can't deny that, and they do take up space. Those two things for sure, and they are old, but there's just something so cool about reviving something like that. So yes, it was a little expensive to ship it, but I also I won 2 games. So I won this and the Cruisin' World, so I kind of combined it. Ideally, it would be nice to be able to pick it up directly, but I don't live that. I live about an 8-hour drive from where you'd pick it up, and I don't know, I just didn't want to do that. So yeah, you got to add the shipping cost in, but let's not do that because then it kind of ruins it. Yeah, maybe we'll get a side shot of the MVS and the MVSX. All right, guys, I got to go for a couple reasons. For one, I got to go because I got to start work. All right, hold up. You bought a cab from Captain's and it wasn't bright and tight? False out. Yeah, this one wasn't bright and tight, guys. This was definitely dim and loose. Oh, man. Oh, Ralph is the funniest and Justin is the smartest. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but I'll take it, all right? I'll take it. All right, great show. Congrats on the monitor starting up. Looks great. Thanks, King Kong. Appreciate that. There's that little surprise that you have for everyone, King Kong. That thing you sent that will be exposed soon. So we'll get that weaved into the show. I was gonna do it this morning, but I didn't have time. So I have a better idea for it anyway. So, I'm not gonna repeat what my family said. That is, he took the dim and loose comment to another territory. All right. That's it, guys. That's all I got. I got to get ready for work. I can't show myself on camera for work looking like this. Number one, look at this beard. Look at this. I look like Santa. I'm like a mess. Look at this. Like, who is this? Who am I? I've turned into the weirdest person during quarantine. I look like such a toolback. Like, what is this? What is this? I could literally do a man bun, maybe. Like, what is this hair? It's out of control, man. Mission Impossible 2. I gotta fix this. All right, guys. Ralph is becoming metal. Jesus. No. What is this? Yeah, it's embarrassing. All right, Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible 2. I gotta go. All right. Guys, thank you so much for joining. If you enjoyed this content, give me a thumbs up on the way out. Consider subscribing to the channel. Turn on notifications so you can be informed of other videos like this one. And that's it for now, guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys that hang in with me, that support the Coffee Talk podcast. I'm having so much fun with this. It's just my place to be able to talk about whatever, and I just greatly appreciate all the support, because without that, this little segment or portion of the show wouldn't exist. That's it for now, guys. We will see you on the next one.